Lawyers in Grenada to protest the state of the judiciary. And in sport, a tough final day for Trinidad and Tobago Red Force as the regional 4-day championship continues. I'm Ricardo Robertson. This is Caribbean in 10 for Monday, January 7, 2019. I'll be back with the details after the break. Members of the Grenada Bar Association, the GBA, are planning protest action today after warning of a judicial system crisis that threatens public confidence, public order, good governance, and the economic and social life of the country. In a statement, the GBA said the authorities have not demonstrated with sufficient urgency and action that they accept there is a crisis that they intend to deal with once and for all, and how they intend to do so. The association said the protest, which will be staged outside the Supreme Court Registry, is also intended to press the Keith Mitchell-led government to come up with an urgent plan to comprehensively address the issues. Now, the GBA said that following the complete shutdown of all criminal and civil high courts in May 2018, it gave the government until the end of last year to provide suitable accommodations to collectively house all high courts and ancillary services. But the deadline had come and gone, and there is still only one operational criminal high court and a temporary civil high court housed in the Grenada Parliament, which functions subject to the parliamentary schedule. The association said this is increasing the backlog of cases and the ability of litigants to access justice and, in some cases, liberty. Over in Dominica, an opposition legislator says the country should review the constitution and decide whether a person with dual citizenship should be allowed to contest elections. Joshua Francis, parliamentary representative for Roseau South, says the necessary amendments should be made to bring Dominica in line with regional and international developments. Speaking on the state-owned radio DBS, the member of the main opposition United Workers' Party noted that the Constitution has not been reviewed since getting it in 1978 when the country attained independence from Britain, although there have been social transformation over the years. Now, Francis, an attorney, said there are other issues in the Dominica Constitution that have to be considered. Guyana's opposition leader Barra Jagdeo says the priority for his opposition People's Progressive Party when he meets with President David Granger to discuss last month's controversial no-confidence vote will be holding general elections. But he says he will still have an open mind on issues of governance. Jagdeo is adamant that the government should call general elections by March this year after losing the December 21st no-confidence motion when then government backbencher Chancharas Prasad sided with the opposition. He says preparation for free and fair elections will therefore be the main issue on the agenda of Wednesday's meeting with President Granger, but the government is challenging the outcome of the motion in the High Court. And staying in Georgetown, authorities are speaking out against acts of aggression by Venezuela after the country's Navy attempted to land a helicopter on an ExxonMobil vessel last month. We get more in this report from HGP Nightly News.
After the confidence vote in the National Assembly on December 21, the Venezuelan Navy intercepted a vessel conducting exploratory seismic work on behalf of ExxonMobil within the Stabroek Block the following day. Minutes after that incident, a reckless attempt was made to land a helicopter on the deck of another vessel. This is according to Minister of Foreign Affairs Carl Greenidge, who was briefed by the company following the incidents.
The Ramford Thetis. That vessel was flagged by the government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and had a total of 70 crew members on board, including the captain. It was intercepted in the exclusive economic zone and the continental shelf of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana at an approximate distance of 140 kilometers from the nearest point to the provisional equidistant line with Venezuela, and some 250 kilometers from Pointe Playa, the westernmost point on the land border of Guyana.
Prior to the occurrences, the Foreign Affairs Minister said that the world and its mariners, including Venezuelans, had been alerted to the intended commencement of seismic work on Guyana's EEZ.
This alert was by way of an advisory from Guyana. Rather than speak to us, Venezuelan authorities waited, tried to seize the vessel, and then sent us a note verbal dated December the 20th.
And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next.
No weapon, this is a better plan. Well, every man to a girl.
Where has Red been? The man responsible for hits like Shalian, A Me She Want, and Tight Up Skirt has been out of sight and mind, but he apparently has been on top of everything dancehall, and according to him, he has never stopped putting out records. He's been working alongside his musical partner Pascali, who he met 10 years ago. Currently, he's preparing projects for 2019 and has 11 songs under his belt, to which he says he's looking for some Grammys.
First inning century maker Monson Hodge fashioned an unbeaten half-century to follow up off spinner Rakeem Cornwall's fourth wicket haul as Leeward Islands left Trinidad and Tobago red force with a tall order on today's final day to win their third round fixture in the regional for the championship. Now set 342 for victory at the Brian Lara Stadium, Red Force finished yesterday's penultimate day on 26 without loss, still requiring a further 316 runs. They had earlier conceded a first innings lead of 173 after falling for 252 in their first innings. Now resuming 146 for 4, they lost. Opener Jeremy Solazano in the morning's 7th over caught at the wicket of Cornwall after adding just 2 to his overnight 78. 2 balls later, Cornwall trapped Yannick Correa LBW without scoring to put Hurricanes firmly in charge at 154 for 6. Cornwall continued to impress with the England series approaching, claiming 4 for 73, while West Indies speedster Alzari Joseph also pressed his claim with 3 for 80. Meanwhile, Test wicket-keeper Shane Dorridge and veteran Jonathan Carter defied Guyana Jaguars with gutsy half-centuries, but Barbados Pride still conceded a significant first innings lead, setting up an intriguing final day of the third round regional match in the regional for the championship. Now Pride resuming yesterday's penultimate on 33 for 1, batted the entire day before being dismissed on the stroke of close for 360 behind by 188 runs. Now, Jarwid stroked a classy 81 and Carter 68, while Test skipper Jason Holder struck 42 and Test opener Craig Braffett 43. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean News 9. Good afternoon.